To make this pen, we're going to need the pen kit, these little pieces which are called bushings, a drill bit, a saw, and some power tools that aren't pictured here. So the pen kit comes in all these tiny little pieces. And this one is, again, the fountain pen. So what we need to do to go with this kit is to choose your medium. I'm going to go with wood, a ton. These are pen blanks. These tubes together are pretty long. So this is going to be a really long pen. So I'm going to need a long blank. I think most of mine are actually too short. So this has to fit within the drill bit. Like this one, too short. You'd have to use 2 chunks of wood, which you could. But I think this will work fine with one of my longer ones. So something like this is perfect. I'm not sure what kind of wood that is. So I'm choosing, oh, they're all really nice. So this is the blank I chose. And this has to be drilled and glued right down the middle of there. So I'm gonna just lay these together, and you need to give them a little room on each side. So I am going to be sawing it about right there. So my blank is cut, and these fit on it just fine. So now I have to drill through these blanks with this size drill bit. So I have the blank on the drill press, and I do need to drill through both of those pieces of wood. So this is just to prevent glue from getting inside here. All right, and then we have to scratch up the tubes just so the glue can adhere better. Okay, so this is the part I dread the most, is gluing these tubes in here. A lot of times I end up not getting it in time, and it's stuck out like that, and I ruin the blank. I know you can saw it and glue it back in the other side. I haven't tried that yet, and I'm hoping that's not something I have to do today. So we just are gonna roll a line of glue. This is not the recommended glue either, by the way, which is why this goes wrong for me a lot of times, but it is the glue I have. So this is CA glue. I think it's like super glue. So I want a stream of glue, pretty thick, that's as long as this one. Okay, so then we roll it. It's okay if you get glue all over the outside. This stuff really stinks too. It's not at all pleasant. You want to get it in there so nothing's sticking out. I always want to cough when I do this. It's nasty. I really should switch glues. Roll this one. I'm not sure what all that yellow stuff is from. Don't have a, oh, I just shoved that in because I felt it sticking. The tubes are securely glued in, and we're gonna just pop the wax out. I just used a screwdriver. So the wax has been popped out, and now we're gonna use this trimming head just to go right to the edge of that brass tube. You just want to go to it, not into it, and we're going back to the drill press. Okay, so it's time to put the pen on the pen mandrel. These are where the bushings come in. So these are going to tell you how far you want to trim down everything on the lathe. They're going to go into those tubes, and the order is very important. So this one needs to go in the middle. These two are the same size, so they can go on either side. So you got to make sure you get your bushing on. And this bushing is the guide that's going to tell you where you want to cut your pen to. So this one in the middle. And then you're going to line these up. And I think it's actually the perfect length, so I don't need any spacers. So I'm going to pop this on the lathe, and we are going to just cut everything down. Because of the blowout, I am now shopping pen blanks, an acrylic one to match, and I'll just see if I can find one that I like enough. This time we're going to be attaching the tube with Gorilla Glue. This has a 30-minute dry time, so it should give me a little bit of time to get the tube in. I've never used this stuff before, but hopefully it works a little better. All right, so here is how our blanks turned out. Pretty good. I'm going to show you how paper thin these actually are. So there's your metal tube, and you have a layer of acrylic on there. Like, that is so thin. Same with the wood. You can see it a little bit more with the wood. Like, that is thin as paper. No wonder I had a blowout earlier. But that should keep your pen really lightweight. I actually prefer a heavy pen. I just feel like it feels like it's more quality. So I always rub these on sandpaper just to get off any glue or hard edges, anything like that. have the pen parts laid out how they're supposed to go together. So you're supposed to put this piece in first. It's a bit of a balancing act to get everything in properly. And you can end up cracking things, so this does not want to go. Oh, there we go. That was stiff. Okay, so that's the end. And then this part goes in like so. That's in all the way. I'm just gonna give it a little bit more of a push just in case. So this screws into here. And now you're gonna pick which side you want the cap to go on. This way or this way. Since it does look a little tad scratched up here, I'm gonna put it on this way. So I need to make this shorter. And that's your pen. So here's the finished pen. It looks okay, but I'm going to show you what I don't like about it. Normally pen kits have an end piece here that closes off the lid, and this one doesn't. So I feel like it just looks a little bit unfinished. Looks fine when it's closed, but when you take the cap off, that just doesn't look right to me. You cannot post this one either. It's a very long pen. Looks nice closed, but I just don't like that feature on it, so I wouldn't buy this kit again.